In this episode, I will just be continuing what we have started with our mage deck and working towards these couple of challenges. Level up, which should happen this episode, and the duelist, which might happen this episode. So yeah, maybe we can open some packs at the end of it. In the last episodes, somebody had commented on the video and had mentioned that I should maybe try to explain different terms that I'm using a little bit better, because maybe some of the newer players don't know what these terms mean. So one thing he mentioned specifically was the bell curve whenever you're creating a deck, which is a cool little tidbit that you may not realize is there at first. But whenever creating a deck, you know you have all the mana costs out here, but if you hover over the custom mage icon at the top, you'll see like how many 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. how many different drops you have. And a general rule of thumb is a bell-shaped curve is pretty generic and standard and average and good in terms of deck building. But now there are some decks that are, how do I say it, like the curve isn't really a curve, it's more like a slope. Like you may have tons of 1 and 2 drops and 3 drops and stuff, or you may have decks with tons of like late game drops, and these decks do still work, but the general rule of thumb is a good bell curve is good. Okay, so let's get into it. Alright, so my first opponent is another mage named Apple without the E. And this opening hand is alright. I think I'm going to put back the Chillwind and the Gnomish. I'd probably keep one or the other if I had coin. That way I could play it on turn 3. But I think I'm good with just the River Crocolisk. And so I actually curve out pretty good right now. The 2, the 3, the 4, maybe the 4 if they play something really threatening on turn 3 or 4. And like turn 1 from a mage, you would expect like a Mana Worm is the most common level 1, or like turn 1 kind of thing. River Crocolisk is the play, no doubt. No reason to ping face. River Crocolisk helps establish board control in an early phases of the game. And so now he could have a Snow Chugger, Frostbolt, another River Crocolisk, just different things. And he's got the Frostbolt, so it's alright, I guess. I mean, I have another River Crocolisk. I could Arcane Intellect, but I think I'd rather have the minion, because like what, turn 3, maybe he plays something with 2 health that I could kill with this, or something with 2 health that I could ping, etc. So I'll just play the River Crocolisk and end my turn. And let's see what he plays on his turn. Turn 3 with a mage. I mean, Flamewaker is the most mainstream turn 3 play with mage. Sinjin, okay. I can deal with a Sinjin. I'll just play my own Sinjin. Actually, Chillwind Yeti would be pretty good too. Huh. If I play Chillwind Yeti, he might just trade that, and then that has 3 health, which is an awkward removal. Like, it's awkward to remove that for me right now, so I think I'd rather him just trade with the Sinjin, and then I can like ping trade next turn instead of like playing the Yeti. And I'm not gonna attack with him. No reason to. He just dies. I mean, I guess if I attacked with him, it'd make that weaker. If he decided to attack into my Sinjin would kill his. But I think I'll just wait until next turn. Alright, so what's the best play here? Like, I kind of want to remove Water Elemental, but I think, man, it's kind of awkward not having any 5 drops in this deck. What is the best play? I'm definitely going to trade this, unless I could get some clutch arcane missiles. But is it worth it to use it right now? What would I do? I could Arcane Missiles, maybe ping to finish that off. Maybe it hits that once and then trade both. But see, I don't really want to trade both of these into a Water Elemental. It's not very good for me. Like, it's kind of a waste. So I think I'm just going to trade this into there. And then attack face and play I'll just play my Chill Wind. And let's see what he's got on turn 5. I think Azure Drakes would probably be one of the better turn 5 cards in this deck. Because it gives you card draw, it gives you a 4/4 body, and it gives you spell damage. Okay, so he's got a polymorph used, and I'm still sitting on a polymorph. So, okay, and that doesn't kill him. So he has to trade if he wants to hit face. I would suggest, like, if I were him, I would not trade at all. But he's gonna do it, so maybe I draw into Frostbolt or something. No? Okay. I don't really want to polymorph anymore. Let's see. I can, like, one way I could try to remove it is Arcane Missiles ping it. But that costs 3 mana. So before I do that, I'm gonna draw cards and see what I get. Maybe I draw into the Frostbolt right here, and I can save the Arcane Missiles and then save the ping and then just end it like that. I think that would be better. Maybe. Yeah, because turn 6. Yeah, I'll just Frostbolt it. Turn 6 with Mage. I'm not expecting him to have anything from the expansions. So, like, it'd be a Boulder Fist. And I'm just going to polymorph it. Because that's, like, Boulder Fist would be literally the biggest thing he has, unless he's got, like, a War Golem or something. And a Chill Wind Yeti. I think it would be okay to Fireball the Chill Wind Yeti. So, Fireball, Chill Wind Yeti, play Razorfin Hunter. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Fireball, Chill Wind Yeti, play Razorfin Hunter. Save my card draw for when I don't really have anything to play. So I got 1 Fireball left, 2 Polymorphs. He's probably got 2 Boulder Fist, War Golems, you know. Sinjin. Why must you have Sinjins? Novice Engineer. Man, I remember this card used to be good. Now it's not played anymore. Man, that's perfect. So now I can... Here, let me... What do I want to do first? I want to Frostbolt Sinjin and then ping it, and it'll have... What will he have? It'll have 1 health. So then I can use Arcane Missiles and clean up with the boar. And then probably play my Arcane Intellect afterwards. Because I don't think anything that I draw here would make any difference of, like, how I play my cards. So I think I'll just Frostbolt, Arcane Missiles, and see what I get. Okay, so that's okay, that's okay. I'll just... I mean, I'm going to trade him anyway. Let me draw first, though. Maybe I get something for 2 mana that's better. Okay, no, that's okay. Ping that, go face. And I could play the Acidic Swampooze because, you know, mages aren't going to have weapons. So maybe that'll be something that I play next turn. But he's saying well played, like... He can't kill me from 28 health, so he either has a really big creature or he's probably about to surrender. I still have both my water elementals too, which is pretty good for me. And Ogre Magi is kind of scary since I don't really have a board right now. I think I'm still gonna try to play conservative. I think I want to probably just sheep it, right? Huh? It is hard. Probably sheep the water elemental, play mirror entity, and then ping it, and then just go face. Leave the 4/4 for later. I don't know. Like, what do I need to draw into? I need to draw a Chill Wind Yeti to trade with the 4/4. One of my water elementals. Okay, so he's going face with his Fireball.
We must cleanse the
and now his Yeti, or now his Ogre is a 5/5. But then I get a 3/2. So I feel like I need to save one of these two for at least 1 Boulder Fist. Because I can't just be using all of my removal on smaller things when I know he probably has bigger things. But I do also have to be concerned about my life total. Okay, so I think this is the play I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to trade both of these. Because he's running out of cards in his hand. And this isn't that big of a threat to me. And the Water Elemental trades with the Shattered Sun Cleric next turn. And I'm not really expecting any more large burst. So I'll just trade. I'll trade this and this. Play the acidic and actually I think I want to ping this because then I can just ping kill it next turn. See, I'll do that. That way I don't have to trade into it with the water elemental and it stays full health. So what's he got this turn? 10 mana. He could do a lot. I wonder if he has Flame Strike yet. Draw 2 cards. Let's see. He could Flame Strike. He could Flame Strike clear board. That'd leave me with pretty much nothing to do next turn. A Frostbolt. Okay, so Frostbolt clear. That's okay. I was kind of planning on... Okay, so the Kobold... What's he got? Okay, nothing else. The Kobold is a little scary because of the spell damage. Let's see what I draw first. Arcane Missiles. Man, this could... I'm gonna go for it. I just need one hit. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now I've kind of established some tempo. And let me try to explain tempo real quick. Tempo is like... You can think of tempo as like snowballing. You roll a small snowball and it picks up more snow, picks up tempo, and you know, eventually it's just so huge you can't stop it. So that's kind of what's going on, you know, in these games. Like when you create tempo for yourself, you basically have the upper edge, you usually have board control, and you usually have like a jump on your opponent. And see, at this point I think I'm going to win this game because like I trade here with this. This is a good trade right here. Trading up. Trading up is like whenever you have a creature with more attack than health. Trading into a creature with more attack than this. So like a 3-2 into a 4-3 is a pretty good trade. Even though it's the same exact card. And so like this trade right here is pretty obvious since it clears his board. He only has one card. He's basically top decking. Which means he has to play off of what he draws, which could be good, which could be bad, and my guy lives. And then I just play Boulder Fist, Ping Face, and I'm still set. Like I still got the removal if he has something big yet to come, and I could potentially win next turn if he doesn't clear my board or anything. But he probably will clear. I'll have to wait another turn. And usually, I would say don't use your like direct damage spells in like on the hero's face. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good play. I wouldn't use your direct damage spells on a hero's face unless you know you're gonna kill them, because otherwise they could like heal it back up or something. Yeah. So the Gnomish Inventors. Yeah, Gnomish Inventor. It's a pretty obvious play. Gonna play the Chillwind, that's pretty obvious too. I'll just ping the Kobold so that I can ping kill it next turn instead of trading my Gnomish Inventor into it. Because I don't like, he doesn't like, even if that's a Pyroblast, that's 11 damage to face. And so now I think he realizes that he just has to race me. He has to try to kill me before I win, basically. So I'll just play mine. Okay, so let me count damage. I got 6, 12, 13, 14. I'm one off. So that means I gotta clear. Gonna kill that. Leave him with absolutely nothing. He has to get something off the top deck now. And it pretty much has to be Pyroblast if he wants to win. Alright, well, if he draws Flame, no, he can't win with Flame Strike. So that's well played.
Well played.
Because even Flame Strike would have left the Yeti alive, would have used all his mana, and so that would have been 4 plus 6 is 10, plus 1 is 11. So yeah, that's well played. 6, 12. Good game, good game. Okay, so I got one of my free packs because I got a hero to level 10, so let's see what's in it real quick. Maybe I can get something that I can put in my deck. Alright, rare, common. Mana Worm, okay. And another Harvest Golem? Man, these first packs have been pretty generous. Okay, so let me edit my deck now, because I got Flame Strikes too. Ice Barrier is not usually what you want to put in like a mid-range mage deck. It's usually in like the decks that like stall the opponent out. Okay, so let's cut some stuff. For the Harvest Golems, I'm going to cut the 2 River Crocolists because it's basically the same card. Costs 1 more mana, and Harvest Golems are better. Because then it spawns the 2/1. Actually, no, I'll put 1 River Crocolist back in for Razorfin, because Razorfin was kind of a filler card. And the River Crocolisk is actually, like, not bad. And so now I have room for 1 Flame Strike. And I need to put the Mana Worm in there. So to put the Mana Worm, I think I'm going to drop... one of the Kobolds. Because in a deck like this, a Kobold Geomancer basically acts like a Blood Mage Thalnos, in that it's a legendary card that gives you spell damage, costs 2 mana. So like this card's value comes whenever I get value off of the spell damage. Not necessarily the 2/2 body. Like I have a 2/3 body. If I wanted a good 2-drop with a body, you know, I would just put in another 2/3 River Crocolisk. But the spell damage, so like you can combo this like maybe late in the game. You know, maybe you have 2 fireballs and a Kobold in your hand. On turn 10 you can deal 14 damage instead of 13 or 12. So it's just good to combo things, like combo Kobold and Frostbolt on turn 4 to kill something with 4 health. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is good. And the reason I don't put 2 Flame Strikes is because a lot of times, unless you're against a lot of aggro decks, 2 Flame Strikes, one of them will be a dead card, which basically means it'll be in your hand the whole game and there's not really any good time to play it. So 1 Flame Strike is enough. 1 Flame Strike's plenty. And you know, I can always edit that later if I decide that I need another Flame Strike. Okay, so and a Mana Worm is just an auto include because it's a really good 1-drop and it gets buffed by spells, which is amazing. So let's play this deck. Alright, so this time I'm against another warrior, and I've made it to rank 24. If I win this game, I think I get to open another pack, and that'll end the video. And I will go to rank 23. So I don't really want any of these cards, so I'm gonna just put them all back. Kobold's alright. Would have rather had something different. And like depending on what he plays, Crocolisk is amazing. Like if this were to be my only 2-drop in my hand, depending on what he played on turn 1 or 2, I probably wouldn't even have played this on turn 2, because like I said earlier, it's more of a combo card to like combo with your spells to kill something big or something. But let's see what he has turn 1 and turn 2. And I think last video I said that warrior didn't have any 1-drops. Well, they do have 1-drops. It's just that they're not the greatest 1-drops. Well, he didn't do anything and he waited the whole turn. So, River Crocolisk, pass, easy turn, blow up the rocket. You know. Let's see, turn 3. I wish I had coin. I got 2 4-drops and an Arcane Intellect for turn 3. I wonder what it'll play on turn 2. Could be an Armor Smith. That could be troublesome. Armor Smith is pretty good for warrior. It's a fairly decent body that deals with aggro, and it gives him armor, so it's like a double win. But he's just gonna armor up, take it slow, and that, man, I could Arcane Intellect or Harvest Golem. Like right now, I'm technically already ahead on board control. But next turn he could potentially play something kind of scary, and I could deal with it better if I play Harvest Golem. And I technically don't need to draw for any other cards because I have a turn 4 play. And so like turn 5 maybe I could Arcane Intellect Hero Power. So I think I'm going to go with the Harvest Golem this turn and make my board stronger for whatever he plays the next turn. So let's see what he's got. He's got a Wolf Rider. Okay. Let's see what he does with it. That is horrible. Why would you do that? Let me tell you why that's horrible real quick. To me, at least. Okay, so you play the Wolf Rider. It's basically 3 damage to anything, right? Unless you have a taunt minion up or something. And he chooses to go face. So that's 3 damage that may or may not win him the game at all. So now all I have to do is ping it. Easy. I keep my board. He should have traded with the River Crocolisk. That's what I would have done at least. And, you know, he goes about his merry way. But I guess in this case, you know, I'll just ping it, kill it. I still think I'm going to hang on to this, actually. Because, like, thinking a turn 4 plays he could do, I mean, it's just Chill Wind. Like, I'm not going to trade this into Chill Wind, so I think I'm just going to hang on to it. And a couple of the 4-drops that I'm thinking of, like Piloted Shredder and the 4-3 with Charge that Warrior has, I would just trade one of these guys and ping to kill. And so now I keep my tempo, and like I'll probably just play this. What's he got? Turn 5? I don't really know. Probably, let's just assume it's a minion with 5 health. I'll play Water Elemental. I'll trade. I don't really think it matters which one I trade into it. Both take 1 damage, and just go face. So now I'm acquiring tempo into the mid game, and he's kind of playing on the back foot. You know, playing 1 minion at a time. I'm being able to effectively remove his big minion at a time. Like the clutch polymorph draw. Like while I was talking, I was thinking, man, if only I could draw a polymorph. That's amazing, because I can't effectively deal with a 7 health target without losing my minions. So like sheep then ping is amazing, because you know that keeps tempo in my hand, and by the time he plays something big, he'll be so like out of the tempo that it won't even matter for him. Like, it won't even matter that he just played a giant creature that I can't necessarily deal with. So he's going to execute the River Crocolisk. Okay. That's totally fine. Okay, so what could I do this turn? I've got a few options. So it's 5 damage to face, 8 damage, 9 damage, 10 damage with the Kobold, so it's definitely not lethal. There's another one of these guys. I can't effectively deal with it. I think I'm gonna set up a little bit more. I'll probably play Sinjin and then maybe Mana Worm, and then maybe just ping face. I know I'm gonna play Sinjin because that will take the hit just fine. I keep the freeze on the warrior so that he can't attack me with a weapon, which is really good. Like if you have like as a mage, a way to freeze the opponent and they use weapons, that is amazing. Like rogue, warrior, paladin, hunter, they all use weapons, shaman. So if you can cancel that, that's awesome. I'll go ahead and play Mana Worms, maybe combo it next turn with some stuff. And this sets me up for lethal next turn, because from what he has on board, he can't clear the Sinjin, which means he can't kill any of my other creatures. Which then means that I have at least 7 damage on board for his face. And then a Frostbolt, and then +1 spell damage, so, and then my ping. So it just depends. He could have a Brawl, which would be kind of bad. But I still have a couple creatures in my minions. I guess I can call them minions.
Don't mess with Tusk.
Okay, so no, I don't think he can clear it. I think that's well played. Yeah. Well, maybe not. He armored up. Let's see. He's got 2 mana. What can he do? He could execute this. That'd be good for him. Yeah. Okay, so he might have just saved himself a turn. Let's see. What's he got for 1 mana? Shield Slam? A Fiery War Axe that he can't attack me with because I froze him. Okay, so let's count this. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. Play the Kobold. That's 10. And then this makes 12. Okay, so yeah, that's not lethal yet. So that means
I wonder.
this trade is pretty good. the Cobalt Geomancer, Frostbolt, that guy. And I'm going to freeze his face again so that he can't attack me. And I kind of want to ping the board, but then again I kind of want to play the Chill Wind. So I'll play the Chill Wind and just trade this into the board and then go face. So I don't know, it effectively clears his board enough to where I still have lethal for next turn and he still has to find a way to survive. That's a pretty good way to survive. I don't know if it'll be enough to save him, but we'll see. Okay, so if I draw Polymorph or Fireball, I win instantly. Or Wolf Rider. Wolf Rider is a win too, I think. So let's see, 5 to clear, and then I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's say I clear with Chill Wind, 4, 5 to kill it, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm still 1 damage off. So let's see if I draw into anything. Arcane Missiles could do it, or the sheep could do it. So that's game, I think. Wait. 2, 3. Yeah, that's game. There's no way it's not. I'm not even gonna count it. Let's just hope it is. Okay, yeah. Well played. Alright, so let's open up this last pack and then we'll call it a day. Okay, so I went ahead and bought a Goblins versus Gnomes pack because Blizzard gives you a lot of free classic packs. Like, you'll get a free classic pack for winning the Tavern Brawl. You'll get a free classic pack for like, what is it, watching a friend win. And, you know, so I'll get a good enough amount of cards there. And if I get Goblins versus Gnomes, I do have a chance for Dr. Boom, and I do have a chance for a couple of the other good GVG cards like Piloted Shredder and stuff. So let's see what I get. Got a rare. I just got a rare. Alright, Spider Tank's pretty good. Crackle's decent in Shaman. This card's pretty good in Priest, and Micro Machine's not bad either. The thing, I might want to put a Spider Tank in my deck instead of 2 Harvest Golems. I think I might do that actually, because I don't know, it just trades different. For a 3-mana creature or a 3-mana minion, the Spider Tank trades up a tad bit better than the Harvest Golem, or yeah, trades up. Because with the Harvest Golem, if I wanted to kill something with 3 health, I would have to attack with the Harvest Golem and then use my hero power. Whereas the Spider Tank, I could just kill it with the Spider Tank. So I'll just put the Spider Tank in there. And yeah, that'll end the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.